Let's have a closer look at the Peugeot key first. We have 3 buttons, the first one to lock the car. We can unlock the trunk and then unlock the car as well. The lock and unlock button can be pressed once, while the trunk button needs a long press to be opened and closed. In addition, we can stop the process of opening and closing the trunk and then continue. So let's start things off by unlocking the vehicle first. We can then open the door and close it afterwards. We're going to start the car. Hat unit and IC are activated. The system asks us if we want to discover the system. We can do that, or we can skip this step for the time being. Our first stop is going to be the steering wheel, so let's have a closer look. The left side takes care of the different ADAS systems. For example, the limiter. We can set the limiter, increase and decrease the speed. Press once to change the speed in steps of 1, or use a long press to change the speed in steps of 5. Then press OK to set the limiter, and again to turn it off. In addition, we can activate cruise control, or also drive assist. We can pause and resume the different systems at any time. On the right side, we find different media controls. We can switch between different tracks or radio stations. We can change the volume or use the speech assistant. Last but not least, we can use the phone button. We can start a phone call as well. Moving on to the instrument cluster next. There is no control button to operate the instrument cluster via the steering wheel, which means we can only customize the IC via the hat unit and change the layout. We can then add different widgets. For example, full content widgets, which would be something such as ADAS systems. It is then possible to add smaller widgets for the left and right side of the IC. We have energy, so let's select radio and media, navigation, and also onboard computer. The user can add a maximum of 5 different pages. While we're here, let's continue with the hat unit next. The hat unit consists of a drop-down menu. Either slide downwards to open it or click on the upper bar. The menu contains Profile, Privacy Data, Brightness Adjustment, My Device, as well as Wi-Fi and 3D Cluster, which can be seen in the IC. In order to change the widgets in the head unit, we have to select Settings first. Then Customization, and we can then edit, add, or delete widgets and adjust the layout and the content. The head unit offers more options than the IC. Below the head unit, we find different shortcuts. First off, a home button. The other shortcuts can be filled with different features, for example, navigation. In addition, we can select the application drawer and then choose any of the features available. If we select ADAS, we can choose several options as shortcuts, which are then highlighted. For example, Lane Keep Assist in this case is grayed out. Last but not least, we're going to have a look at the different features. We have ADAS first, climate, date and time, energy help, media, and more. However, the system doesn't offer too much. Our last stop is going to be the center console. Switch gears first. Park and brake button is currently active. Switch to reverse, neutral, and drive. And back to park. We have different drive modes, so let's have a look at those. We have Sport, Hybrid, and also Electric. We're going to switch off the car next. Open the door and close it. Last but not least, we're going to take the key and lock the vehicle.